beautiful people, and welcome to another galactic reading. This is an oracle card reading for the energy that we're going to be moving into as we transition into 2021. Now, as you probably know if you follow me, I channel from Sirius, so I have a strong galactic connection, and they are the beings that are going to be guiding this reading for us. So the one thing that I would like to say to begin with is I really intuitively feel that 2021 is going to be big in a really positive way. You know, in the middle of the year in galactic Mayan astrology, we're going to the new year in Mayan terms, and that's in July, and we're transitioning into the yellow electric seed, which is the alchemy, the planting of the new, and the shift point, really. I've got a friend with me today, I don't know if you can see her, but Porridge, my little doggy friend, is here. So you might hear grunting and groaning and wiggling. So without further ado, I'm calling in the, wow, that was quick, calling in the galactic guides to support us to align with the highest possible frequency reality and to share guidance with us around the energy of 2021. What is it that we need to be focusing on? Where do we want to be looking? Praying for guidance and insight as to how we can best align with our highest vibrational reality. The new earth is here! So what do we need to focus on? Where do we need to plant our energies in order to align with that? Let's see. Let us see, let us see. One more, please. And also what I'd like to say as well is that from the 1st to the 7th of January, I am going to be hosting a 7-day ecstatic dance journey. So every single day we're going to be meeting together for a really potent cacao and ecstatic dance ceremony. And within that space, we are going to be really connecting in with the energy of the new year and consciously stepping into this new framework. Now obviously I live in a slightly different time frequency, but the reality is the collective reality, and the collective reality is shifting into a new Gregorian year. So we're really going to be doing that on purpose, and it will be amazing for you to join us. I've got some incredible playlists that align with the Mayan astrology, so we're going to be journeying, you know, each of the galactic days throughout our process. And yeah, I've put the link to that below. It's going to be really beautiful. There's already a beautiful constellation of people coming, and yeah, it just feels wonderful to be dancing, you know, and to really be like, dance is such a powerful form of prayer and such a powerful way of, you know, connecting into what we want to manifest. We get to embody this notion of freedom, you know. So you're warmly invited to join us for the journey. And it would be, yeah, an absolute pleasure if you did. So here we go, darling ones. So let me see what has come through. Oh, it's looking juicy. Looking very, very juicy. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so the energy that's immediately really present is around, this is the time, like the old stories of our ancestral lines, the old wounds that we came to replay to shift are now being broken. You know, we've kind of got to this space where, you know, we've been doing the work, we've been breaking down the patterns, and now it's a different space that we're moving into. We're moving into a space of what it is that lights us up, what it is that we have come here to create. You know, we are here to build the new earth. We've been here to be the doulas of the death of the old world. That still, you know, if you want to choose to be within that old reality, there's still, you know, an essence of it in existence. But the other side of that and the reality that we've come to build is very different. Oh, Porridge. Bye. So yeah, so this we're really going to be given an opportunity, and like a springboard basically. Dream manifestation time, that's the thing that's really coming through. So like, what is your dream? Now, what is your dream doesn't necessarily mean what is the thing that your head says. You know, what is the thing that you long for? You know, what does your fully empowered self, even if it's an imaginary version of yourself right now, want to do with their lives? What do you want to do with your life? And the way that we figure that out is what sets our heart on fire, what makes our heart sing. So there's really this, like, we're coming out of the cave. We've been in this cave during 2020. We've been in this, like, the end of worlds. And Porridge is back. Look, I'll show you. Say hello, Porridge. So we've been in this cave process, we've been in a death process, a collective death process, and now we are transitioning out of that death process, but it's up to us where we're going. So it's really this, like, you know, we've been talking a lot, or my guides have been talking a lot about, like, individual responsibility for, you know, clearing up wounds, you know, and clearing the old karmic ancestral backlog, but also there's the individual responsibility to be dreaming in the new earth. So it's really a time, this 2021, where we're really able to shift into a very different life for ourselves, and anything is possible. There's also like a real big upgrade in this abundant frequency, you know, or more so, more people are going to be shifting into an abundance frequency, you know, where anything is possible. And it's literally, you know, for us to go into the sea with our little net and be like, yep, that's what I want. Now, there's the thing also that's been, you know, very much highlighted is this thing of there are going to be two realities playing out on the planet, you know, and this is what they've just said as well, you know, there are two realities that exist now, and you know, it's really up to us where we choose to locate ourselves within that energetic reality. Now, if we want to, the thing that they're saying is you're not going to be able to change the dying world. You know, that reality is that reality, this reality is this reality. So where are you going to go? Where do you want to plant yourself? Where do you want to start building? There's no rescue mission anymore. There's no rescue mission. There's a building mission, or there's dying. You know, there's dying or there's building. Do you feel like you've died enough yet? Have you let go of enough fear yet to allow the death of that attachment to the old way of being? Okay, if so, now what are you going to build? And just this place of, you know, you don't have to denounce the old reality, you know, you can still navigate it, but just focus your energy on the building. That's the thing that's really present. And also to take as much time as you need to rest, because the reality, you know, that we are all a part of, we're connected to. So even if we are shifting into a different new earth reality within our personal sphere, we're still collectively connected, which means that the heavier energies we are still connected to. So having that time to rest. And also this is kind of the shift of the new earth as well, like that productivity drive thing that has been running us all is actually dismantling now into a more feminine space. So to take, you know, if you're able to take an extra day out a week, block it off as, you know, this is the new year, and the thing that I'm wanting, you know, this new thing that I'm doing for myself is to take a day off of everything, you know, and to really hold that, and to do whatever you need to do within that space, but to hold the space for self-care. Now there's also, you know, there's like a beautiful aspect of community coming online as well in 2021, and you know, whether that is going to be collectively permitted or whether it's going to be a bit of an underground movement, who knows, but there is a real, it's like so the thing that's really there is that we need to be in joy. We need to be creating experiences of pleasure. We need to be connecting with our bodies. We need to be connecting with the earth. And if we are not dancing and singing and praising, essentially, and appreciating, you know, I think a lot of people that I'm connected to that were, you know, very nomadic have now found themselves planted and are no longer cultivating that same energetic offering that they would have been doing had they been in Goa right now, or had they been in Bali right now, or whatever wherever they would have been located. You know, so when we are experiencing these, you know, these realities that feel ecstatic, that we love, you know, we are really feeding the planet through that. It's also, you know, the joy is also the service. So it's really important for us to be connecting to our joy. How do we, even if we feel very restricted, even if we feel that there are not very many options, it's our mission to find pleasurable, joyful experiences within what is available to us, because that is, again, the thing that's feeding the planet. Like, Gaia needs to be fed with our joy and our prayers and our celebration. The reality, you know, needs to be fed with our appreciation, and it's our responsibility to create the space for that to happen as well. But there's really, you know, there's really this just beautiful abundance blossoming, you know, that is available to us. And it's really, the thing that's really coming through is that it's just about mindset. Like, all of the people that have been kind of blasting this message onto the planet for quite a long time, you know, now is kind of crunch point, really. And it's interesting that we have like a media influence that often supports people to see things through a certain perspective that might not be conducive to liberation and empowerment, you know. So it's really key for us to take responsibility for ourselves and decide and, you know, make the choice. Do I want to ingest that media influence? Do I want to, you know, what am I eating up? What am I allowing to dictate my life? And how can I then reclaim my power? How can I do what I want to do? Because when we, you know, the synchronistic flow, and this is, I think, the thing that's really, really important to remember. I know that a lot of people are feeling very, you know, the fear on either side of the coin, you know, the fear of the virus and the fear of the conspiracy. You know, it's the same energy, it's the same fear, it's the same disempowerment. But the reality is that, you know, the synchronistic flow, you know, the higher vibrational reality, which is a sea that we exist within, is always available to us. That's not gone anywhere. You know, no amount of corruption or fear could take that anywhere. It's not ever going to disappear. It's not ever going to go anywhere. But it's what we choose to plug into. Now, also within that, again, you know, the time of the saviour is gone. You know, we've transitioned out of that time. You know, we are here to be our own saviour. And through that, we then inspire other people as well. So the other thing as well, you know, it's our responsibility to bring the community back online, you know, in whatever way, whatever that means to you. You know, remember that we are all together. We have each other. We've found each other, you know. So again, it's this perspective thing. You know, I think for a lot of us that have been, you know, wandering around the planet at different points, we have super duper soul connections with people, and we don't see them for a year, we don't see them for years, but those connections still exist. And I feel that there's a, you know, the perspective that, you know, the community is diminishing or being damaged in some way. Yes, we've all been sent to our rooms. We've all been sent into the internal realms for a while, I guess, whilst the grid comes back online. And within that, it's really important for us to be nourishing community, you know, even if it's just with our thoughts and our prayers and our feelings, you know, if we don't feel that that's possible in the physical, to shift out of this collectively continuing to feed this fearful reality of limitation and lack and nobody's ever going to see anybody again and all that stuff. It's like we have the responsibility to journey how that feels for us. You know, what is it about for you individually? What is this collective experience about for you individually? What part of you created it? What part of you is it reflecting? You know, is it that you feel very lonely? Okay, when did you, because this isn't the first time that you felt lonely, what is that about? You know, is it that you feel ostracized? Is it that you feel, you know, angry and hard done to? Like, explore the themes and allow yourself to dismantle the stories, because it's our collective reality, it's our collective manifestation. So it's really important for us to remember that we're still all together, you know, we're still totally together, and we're just going through a process of shedding what's in the way of us really being able to come together. And if there's nothing in the way, there's not going to be anything in the way, on an internal level, on an external level. You know, when there's nothing in the way anymore, then there's no barrier in the external reality. So it's really, if you're feeling limited, if you're feeling constricted, if you're going through a process, just make yourself aware of slipping into victim with it, because it seems very easy to do that right now on the planet. So as we are in 13 years of White Wizard, you know, we're still within the second year of that, which is the storm, which is the shift, which is kind of the explosion, really. We're also learning how to navigate life in a very different way, how to reconnect to our wizard selves, really, our multidimensional selves. And, you know, as we transition into 2021, there's really this, like, the discovery of the pearl of self, the discovery of the like dormant aspects of self. It's like all of the challenge, all of the emotion that's been felt, all of the and that's still being felt, all of the different challenges that have come from this time are actually creating and have created the space for our true selves, our full shamanic conscious creator selves, to begin to be more and more embodied. Now, the other thing that's really being presented as something key, you know, is about our hearts. So this thing of the need to protect our hearts whilst also remaining open. So there's this, like, inward journey that's really never going to stop, you know, about really loving ourselves and holding ourselves. And there's something so profound that shifts in empowerment when we are able to hold ourselves and meet ourselves. And that's really what is being, what's really being birthed within this coming year is this, like, soft hearts and open throats, soft hearts and open throats. And that's going to be the collective theme. That's what they're saying. You know, so what is it that needs to shift for you personally to have a soft heart and an open throat? Because there's like the power that we embody is expressed through our throat. You know, not even necessarily through our word, but our self-expression. You know, our lives are our self-expression, and it's all, you know, related to the throat. So if our heart is blocked and our throat is open, if our throat is closed and our heart is open. So it's really this, like, the cultivation of soft open heart and soft open throat. And then with that, we express that synchronistic force through us. You know, it's able to birth through our lives. And, you know, this is really the whole thing that's coming through on the planet now, is coming through us. You know, this new earth energy, this new reality energy is birthing through us. And that is what, you know, the potential of the coming year is about. Like, just birth after birth after birth of, like, all of us really stepping into not only our service, but also our joy, you know, living the lives that we really want to live, being with the people that we really want to be with, you know, and really creating from a different space, from a space of alignment as opposed to greed or need or. And I think this is something that, you know, for me personally, last year, or 2020, I've really journeyed in sort of getting very, very good at manifestation, but recognizing that often just because something's manifested doesn't mean that it's aligned, you know. So I can bring something in, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's in alignment. And you know, I feel that that's the case for all of us but what we're going to be shifting into is this like aligned manifestation of the lives that we were here to live, and for us then to dissolve basically into that space of presence, dissolve into that space of gratitude, and continue to feed the mystery. So the things that are really, porridge, the things that are really coming forward are around, you know, we're coming out of the cave, we're now moving into a sea of infinite potential, and what we manifest within this year is our specific piece of the New Earth puzzle, and the trusting of our intuition is key for that. Now again, it might be that things need to end, it might be that things need to shift. Allow that to happen, keep trusting yourself, but also know that you're not going back to the old world to save anybody. You're not going back to the old world to change it. There's a new world that's available, that we're birthing, that's birthing through us. It's a newness that's coming through. But in the old world, in the old paradigm, in the old reality, you know, there's still going to be a very toxic shame energy that manifests in various different fearful expressions. So where do you want to go? You know, where do you want to go? Also recognizing that we don't die, and that everybody's soul has chosen whatever is going on. So again, to really, I feel that the spiritual community has often got lost in saviour, and that's not what we're here to do. We're here to build. We're here to purge, and we're here to build. We've done the purge. 2020 was the massive purge. Pain body purge, bam. 2021, building time. So to find spaces, to find places of joy. What does your joy look like? Cultivate it. Create a day that's spacious for you to rest, but maybe also block a day out for celebration. How amazing would that be if every week you had a specific day that was for celebration? You went and had a dance, or you went and did, you know, whatever it is that you do that goes, yes! Because that is really what the earth is really crying out for, and also what we're crying out for, and nobody can take that away from us. Like, nobody can steal that. You know, it's always been, you know, historically, in every oppressive situation, in every horrendous situation, you know, that human spirit of prayer, of song, of dance has always survived. And that is the, you know, the missing piece for me of a lot of Western culture. You know, we don't have that, so we don't have it like installed into us, so it's our responsibility to cultivate it. And then this energy of like the soft heart and the open throat, and how do we express, because our expression is the key. And then this dissolving. So I hope that you have a beautiful transition into 2021, and as I say, the link is below for the dance event that I'm going to be launching on the 1st of January. We journey for 7 nights of ecstatic dance with amazing people and amazing music, and just really getting into your body, really consciously stepping into this new space that we're transitioning into with your heart on fire, with your soul embodied. You're so welcome to join. So have a beautiful, beautiful transition, and I will see you very soon.